Welcome to Virtual Dine, Learn, and Move, brought to you in partnership with Prince George's County Health Department, Suburban Hospital, University of Maryland Capital Region Health, and the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Dine, Learn, and Move is designed to promote healthy lifestyle habits. Over the next 90 minutes, you will have fun, get up, and move. Learn everything about healthy eating and engage with our chef while watching a cooking demonstration. Let's get ready to dine, learn, and move.
Hello, welcome to the April session of the Dine, Learn, and Move virtual experience. My name is Kate McGrail and I'm with Suburban Hospital. On behalf of the Dine, Learn, and Move collaborative partnership, I'm here tonight supported by a team from Prince George's County Health Department, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Rec, Prince George's County, and the University of Maryland Capital Region Health. We're so glad you could join us this evening to learn about healthy eating and active lifestyles. Whether this is your first experience with us or if you are a returning participant, we hope you have a wonderful experience tonight. To help you with that, let's go over some technology tips. Tonight, we're using Zoom webinar. This means all participants will remain on mute throughout the evening. But don't worry, you'll be able to submit questions throughout the session at any time by typing in the chat box. You can find it at the bottom of your screen. Let's test it out right now by typing your zip code in the chat box. This will also help us learn about where you're all joining us from tonight. So we'll give you a moment. Oh, I see them already coming in. You are experts on finding the chat box. I love it. We're coming in across Maryland. Wonderful. Thank you, everybody. So we're going to test out one more Zoom feature by taking a poll. Tonight, we'd like to know how many of you are joining us for the first time and how many are returning this month. Please select one choice and submit your answer. All right. We got mostly returning and about a third of us are coming in for the first time. So we love to see new folks and thanks for everyone who's returning and maybe recommended us to a friend. So I love it. We're going to go ahead and end this poll at about 1/3 returning. I love it. So we can stop sharing those results. And now we're going to go over our lineup of events tonight. So we're going to start with a fitness education from Wallace before getting up and moving together with Debbie. During this pre-recorded segment, we will follow Debbie as she leads us in a cardio workout. This segment of tonight's program is brought to you by the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. Then we'll celebrate National Oral Health Month by welcoming our special guest, Dr. Lambruschini, who will let us know how important our oral health is to our overall health. Thank you to the Prince George's County Health Department, who sponsors this segment, for sharing their time tonight with our special guest. Then we'll wrap up our session with a live cooking demonstration from Chef Kim. But don't worry, our beloved registered dietitian Sharma will be here taking nutrition questions live from the audience. This segment is brought to you by our health system partners, the University of Maryland Capital Region Health and Suburban Hospital. So let's now turn our attention to Wallace for some helpful tips to keep you moving and keep you moving safely. Good evening, Wallace.
How are you? Nice to see you today. Excellent. Good to see everybody. And I am so thankful you've given me the opportunity to have the ability to talk to you. And I'm so excited about the Dine and Learns because it's just another way for us to get out of this COVID experience. That way we can socialize. And the Park District does an amazing job and all the associates that are involved. So this is really good. I wanted to take a little bit of time just to give you what I'm going to call some nuggets. The nuggets for today is 3 tips on long-term fitness success. And when you think about it, if you're going to achieve long-term success, it doesn't have to be a daunting experience. It could be fun. It could be simple. It could be easy. The only thing is that you have to approach it correctly, right? So here's 3 tips I can give you. The first one is make sure that you're making time for fitness. You could start slow, but gradually build yourself up to at least around 30 minutes of activity, and make it on most days. But remember, you got to also check with your doctor to find out what you can and cannot do. If you want to exercise the same time every day, because that way you can start to create a habit, right? And if you have a habit, you can start developing a regular lifestyle. So for example, let's say that you walk Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you fixed on a particular time, let's say noon or 12:30 to 1:30, right? And if you're doing that every day, now you already know in your calendar, this is what I'm going to do for that time frame. The next tip I'll give you is that make sure that you're keeping your steps reasonable. Have some reasonable expectations for yourself. You're going to look for chances to move throughout the day. You might want to say, you know what, I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go to the park. Maybe I'll walk briskly in the neighborhood. I'll find a friend. I call them accountability buddies. You can find a buddy that can walk with, because safety's first, right? Wear your mask, be protected, but safety is always going to be first. Let's say you're walking into you got an appointment or something like that. Do you really got to take the elevator? You could find steps. You can go up the steps instead of taking the elevator. Maybe there's an escalator. No, let me go find the steps, right? Give yourself a little bit of time ahead of time, so that way before the appointment, you can take some additional walks, right? Even if you're watching television, during the breaks, that 5-minute break during the commercials, you can do some squats. You can do walking in place. It doesn't mean while you're watching TV that you have to be sitting down, right? So you're going to find ways to make it active. And the last tip I have is that you want to make it fun. If you're going to choose activities, make sure they're fun and not exhausting. It may be a walk one day, maybe swim one day, maybe on a bike another day, maybe a nice ride on the weekends. But the thing is that you want to keep it different. You want to keep it staggered. You want to make it fun. And when you have other people, it even makes it more fun. So activity is going to be key, but you want to break it up. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with having family, friends, grandparents, grandkids, a pet, a dog. Find your neighbor's dog, right? But you want to find ways to keep yourself active. And when you're active, you feel better. The weather has been amazing, right? So make sure that we don't stay inside. Go outside, get some vitamin D. The beauty is vitamin D is for free. All you got to do is go outside, get some sunshine. So that's my 3 tips, and enjoy the rest of the day. Looking forward to talking to everybody and seeing people in the future. Take care.
All right, so we are ready to meet up with Debbie. So thank you for sharing those safe tips, Wallace. Just one quick reminder before we start moving. Again, we're using Zoom webinar, which means you'll be able to see the panelists, but we won't be able to see you move with us. So continue to bring that energy, follow these safe reminders, go grab your water, clear your space so there's nothing to trip on, and move at your own pace. Don't be afraid to take a break when you need. And as Wallace said, have some fun.
In support of this partnership, the Department of Parks and Recreation is excited to bring physical activity to your home. According to the CDC, physical activity is one of the best things you can do to improve your health at any stage in life. For the next 20 minutes, you will get up and move through an instructor-led exercise routine. Come and join us, and let's improve our health together.
Hi Hi everyone, my name is Debbie, and today we're going to be taking a 15-minute cardio class. We're gonna have a great time. Don't worry about anything, take a break, grab a drink of water whenever you need to during the class. The workout's appropriate for all age groups and all levels. I'll give you some of the levels during the class. You can stick to any level you want. And then we don't need any equipment. We just need a little area, a little space to move around, some nice shoes, and that's it. So let's get started. Okay, everyone, we're going to stand with our feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna start marching right and left, nice and easy. Right, left. Standing tall, we're warming it up. Abs in tight, shoulders back, chest out, chin up a little bit, and smile. And just keep marching. We've got to warm it up first. Marching right and left, keep going. A few more steps. We're going to start moving right and left in just a few minutes. I'll let you know when. In 4, 3, side step right and left. Just a little small side step. Right and left. We're going to reach and pull as we do this. Little small side steps. As you start warming up, get a little lower. Make your step a little bigger. Keep going. Moving right and left. We're going to change it in about 4 more sets. Now make it 2 steps right and left. And 2 steps left. Just 2 little small steps, still reaching and pulling. We're going to change the arms here. So we're going to reach in front when we go right, reach overhead when we go left. Reach in front when you go right, reach overhead. Get low, stand up tall. Keep it going, still warming it up, stand up tall. 4 more times. 3 more, keep going. Last set. March it right and left again. Right and left. Standing tall. So we're gonna do a little toe tap. We're gonna lead with our right foot, tap left, bring your left foot back, and then bring your right foot back. We're gonna start off slow in 4 and 3. Right foot leads. Here we go. Step right, tap left, left foot back, right foot together. Step right, tap left, bring it back together. One more time slow. Tap left, bring it back together. Faster now. Right, left. And then get your arms punching in front of you. Remember, hold your abs tight. Punching those arms in front. This is the first level. Stay here the whole time if you need to, but I'm gonna move on. We're gonna imagine there's a little balloon at hip height, and we're just gonna take our left foot and tap the balloon with our toe. Here we go. Tap the balloon, step back. Tap the balloon, step back. Second level here, you can always go back to the other one. 4 more. And 3. Stand tall. 2. Now next time, make it a knee lift. Left knee. Left knee. 6 more. Keep it going. Almost done. We're going to change it just a little. 2 more. Now, just stay with the knee here. You keep punching, a little bit of balance, little knee lift. Every time we do this, working our abs. 8 more. 7, 6, 4, and 3, 2. Now march left and right. You're on the other foot, left and right. Got to do the whole thing on the other side. We're going to add some arm work in there. Side step left and right this time, left and right. This time, we're going to bring our arms up to 90-degree angles. The elbows come at shoulder height. And all we're going to do is take our arms out, bring them back in, kind of like a chest press. But keep those elbows at shoulder height if you can. Now we're bringing our arms out and in slowly here. But when we take those double steps, we're going to start moving our arms a little faster. 2 more like this. Next time, 2 steps to the left, 2 right. 2 left. Should start feeling it in your arms. That's okay, working your arms out a little bit. We can work our arms out with no weights. Few more, keep going. 4 more times. And think about those arms staying up at shoulder height. Keep it going 2 more times. Last set, here we go. March left and right, left and right. Standing tall. So this time we're going to do the other foot. So we're going to start with our left foot leading right forward and our right foot tapping. In 4, 3, we're going to do it slow. Here we go. Step left, tap right, bring that right foot back, left foot together. Step and tap. Let's go a little faster here. Step, tap. Step, tap. Step left, tap right. Get your arms going. First level here. Stay here if you want to, or come back to this if you get tired on one of the other levels. 4 more of these. 3, 2. Now step and tap that balloon, the little imaginary balloon. You're just tapping it. I don't want you kicking out. I don't want you hurting your knees. You're just stepping and tapping, using our hip flexors. And every time you do this, working your abdominals. So it's like an ab workout the whole time. And 3 more. And 2. Now make it a knee lift. Right knee. Step back, right knee. Keep going. Now we have a few more of these. And then remember, we're going to do that little balance routine where we step and just do the knees. 3, 2. Now stay here. Stand tall, keep your balance. 8 more. 8. Working the abs, working the hip flexor. And 4, and 3, 2, 1. March it out. Okay, guys, little arm drill coming up here. Standing tall. I'll remind you, abs in tight the whole time. Shoulders up and back, chest out. Here we go. We're gonna bring our arms in front, keep marching. Hands are in a fist, shoulder height. You're gonna tap your fists together, or just tap lightly, tap. Now we're gonna start making tap, top and bottom, tap and tap. Make a little circle. Keep marching, tap and tap. Make your circle bigger. Make it a nice big circle, keep going. Keep going. Love to point out how we can work our arms, work our shoulders, work our upper body with no weights. 4 more of these. Now bring it back to a smaller circle. Now just tap, and freeze. Hands are out flat, palms to the ground, and then over and under, over and under. Keep it going, guys. Just a little bit more. Keep marching. We're going to move on to something else in just a second. 4 and 3. Now make those fists again. And bring it up here and have a little speed bag. Keep marching. Now start making your march a little stronger, abs in tight, speed bag, speed bag. Bring it up, bring it down. Bring it up, bring it down. One more time, bring it up, down, and just march. Okay, guys, we're gonna march our legs out to about hip height, hip distance, and then we're gonna stop. We're going to be doing some squats here now. So what you want to think about is feet being parallel to each other, toes facing forward, and you're going to be pretending that you're sitting back on a little bench. So your knees are going to stay over your ankles, and they're not going to go past your toes. You're just going to sit back on a little bench. It's going to look a little like this. You're going to sit back, and you're going to come up. I'm going to show you from the side level. You're going to sit down on the bench, knees over the ankles, and then come back up. Sit down and come up. Let's go. Let's try it together. We're going to squat, come up. Now this is the first level. If you're getting tired, don't squat it down as low. The big thing is to not let your knees come forward. So if you have a small squat, a little one, but your knees are staying over your ankles, perfect. Here we go. First level right here. Second level is going to add some knee lifts. Right knee. As you come up, left knee. Go back to right. And left. Keep it going. Next level coming up. One more on each side. And next time we're going to make it a kick. Squat and a little kick. Squat, little kick. Squat, little kick. Remember, keep sticking your backside out on that little bench to keep the knees over the ankles. 2 and 1. Let's go ahead and just stand it out here. We're going to take our legs just a little bit wider, about shoulder width. We're going to start working on our abdominals. We're going to work our obliques. We worked the rectus abdominis up the front doing knee lifts. Now we're going to work the sides a little bit. So you're going to take your right foot out to the side. You're going to bring your left arm up in the air. And, I'm sorry, your left foot out the side, your right arm up in the air. left arm up in the air, left leg out to the side, and we're just gonna crunch down to the side. So our crunches are gonna be elbow coming to knee, standing on that right foot. Here we go. We're gonna crunch over and down, over and down. Knees together, knee and elbow together, and then you stretch back out. Going nice and slow, a little faster here. You can stay with the slow if you don't like it fast. 4 and 3, 2, 1. Here we go. We're gonna go to the other side. Left arm, left leg out. Here we go, slow crunches. Keep it going, guys. Keep smiling. Almost done. Working the obliques, the side of your abdominals. Here we go, 2 sets fast, and we're gonna start the cool down. 7, 6, keep it going. You can go back to slow if you want to. 1 more set of 8 and we're done. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job, everybody. We are ready to start our stretches at the end here. We did a good job. We finished our workout. We're gonna do some static stretching. You're gonna take your right leg and put it in front, left leg behind you, and press that left heel into the ground. We're gonna just press that heel and stretch that calf. At the same time, let's take your right arm and bring it across your body and get a shoulder stretch at the same time. We're gonna multitask. Just press that heel into the ground. At the end of our workouts, we can do static stretching, and it's okay. We hold it for like 20 to 30 seconds, maybe a little longer if you want to. A few more seconds. Okay, keep that right leg in front, hands on your waist, and you're just gonna come to the heel of that right foot, leaning your backside back behind you, doing a nice hamstring stretch. Little tiny micro bend to that right knee, and you're just getting a nice stretch up the back of your right leg and your hamstrings. Just hold that stretch for a few seconds here, a few more seconds. It's really, really important to stretch at the end of all of your workouts. It's a time when people want to just leave class early, or you want to just go home and grab a drink or grab a glass of water and just get on the phone or whatever it is you're going to do, but you've got to make yourself do the stretching. Stretching is so healthy for you. It's good for your flexibility. And come on up, we're going to take our left leg, bring it in front, nice lunge positioning, press that right heel into the ground, and then you're going to take your left arm across your body. Kind of multitask again, get a nice shoulder stretch while you're getting a calf stretch. And just hold it. We're going to try to hold it for like another 20, 30 seconds. Remember, just keep good posture, abs in tight. A few more seconds. Okay, keep that leg in front, hands on hips, and you're just going to come back to the heel of that left leg. Little micro bend to that knee. Backside pushing back, glutes are pushing backwards, and you're getting the stretch up the backside of your leg, hamstrings. Almost done, guys. A few more seconds. And now let's just go ahead, stand with your feet about hip distance apart. We're gonna take a big inhale, cross our arms over, up in the sky, reach up, and bring your arms down. Another big inhale up. Arms come down, and another big inhale up. Hands come together, and bring your hands to heart center. And just want to thank you guys for joining me today. You did a great job with your workout. Set some goals for yourselves, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us for the exercise portion of Virtual Dine, Learn, and Move. Feel free to include this workout in your daily routine. For more videos like this for all ages, visit the Department of Parks and Recreation's online resource center at pgparks.com. Until next time, be healthy, be well.
All right. Welcome back. Wasn't that a really great workout from Debbie? I know that those speed bags helped pump up my energy this evening. And we recognize that some of you may have experienced a little bit of a choppy video. Don't worry, we're going to send it out again after class. So you'll have it in your inbox to try it again at home. All right. So Now we're going to turn it over to our very special guest tonight, Dr. Luciola Lambruschini, the Director of Dental Services at Catholic Charities of the Archdiocese of Washington. As a bilingual Peruvian dental practitioner, also holding a Master's of Business Administration, Dr. Lambruschini has over 20 years of both general and pediatric dentistry experience. As a Howard University College of Dentistry graduate, Dr. Lambruschini has excelled in establishing, growing, and managing local community dental clinics. She also serves as a faculty member to her alma mater, Howard University, by teaching and supervising the dentistry residents. In her spare time, Dr. Lambruschini enjoys traveling, cooking, long walks on the beach, and spending time with family and friends. You might want to have a pen and paper ready to take some notes because I know Dr. Lambruschini has some really great tips to share with us tonight. So when you are ready,
I'm ready. Thank you, Kate, for the presentation. And thank you, Yolanda, for the invitation to be here. So hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Lambruschini. I'm the Director for Dental Services, as Kate was mentioning. And we work at Catholic Charities. We do have 3 dental clinics, and one of our dental clinics is in Prince George's County, right in Temple Hill. So I'm sure we can send the brochures. And the good thing is, like, we have grant that it will help with some of the payments for the seniors. So if you're 60 years or plus, or you know someone who meet that age, just give them the information that we will share with you later. So we can see the next slide. So we're going to start with the simple oral hygiene basics. So we're going to start presenting and giving the definition about the tooth decay. What's the tooth decay? So this is an infection by itself. It's certain bacteria that it stays in the tooth. It comes from the sugar. So when you're eating any candy or carbs, that material will stay in the tooth. It will perform an acid, and that acid is the one that it will start getting those holes that you can see. So here on this slide, you can see that they can be decay on the enamel. That's the very tiny spot in there, or it can be just a little stain. And sometimes, you know, if it's not that big, you can be monitored. It might not hurt, but if you don't go to your dentist every 6 months, and then if it was a tiny spot in there and it gets bigger, then we're in trouble. So it starts with the decay in the enamel. Then it's advanced decay that it gets to the dentin. You can see on the 3rd tooth that it's getting more into the dentin. And then when it's very painful, that's when you start getting those on the nerve. And that's when you need a root canal. So that's why it's very important to prevent all kind of decay. We can see the next slide, please. So now we're going to talk a little bit about fluoride and dental health. So the fluoride is the mineral that is found naturally in rock, soil, and water. The fluoride protects teeth by strengthening the enamel on the teeth and reduce the bacteria ability to produce tooth decaying acid. And you can get that fluoride by drinking fluoridated water from a community water supply or using toothpaste in the fluoride. Your dentist also can apply some of this fluoride. So there are different ways to get the fluoride. One is like the systemic, that's the one that you drink it. Usually in the first 7 years of age, that's where the teeth are forming. And that's what is very important if you have any little ones at home, to make sure they are drinking 8 ounces of water with fluoride. Some of the filters that you might have at home, it might take that fluoride, so you have to double check with that. And also if you're boiling pasta or certain vegetables, that it will keep the fluoride on it. It will soak it from the water. And then the other availability of getting the fluoride is by getting some fluoride treatments at the dental office. And that's kind of like if you have very dry hands and you put some lotion, so it will moisturize your hands. So it's the same with the fluoride in your teeth. Like you're eating, you're using your teeth all the time, and that enamel, so that enamel will get, I'm sorry. So so when you're getting the fluoride on the dentist, they apply that fluoride enamel, and that enamel will make it stronger so you can fight that decay. So we can, and of course the toothpaste has, and the same, if you have any little ones at home, you want to make sure you're using like a tiny little piece of toothpaste on that toothbrush. Next slide, please. So the fluoride, this is one of the applications that we do at the dental office. So it's kind of a little more heavy material than, it's a heavier concentration than the toothpaste that you have at home. And it's very important, like when you go to your dentist and they recommend a fluoride varnish, just take advantage of it. Most of the insurance will cover it. And if not, just it's like sometimes you have to invest a little bit of time, and that will be prevention to get any decay later on. And also it helps with sensitivity. Next slide, please. So this is a fun slide. This is about what is dental-friendly diet. So we want to make sure we stay with all kind of veggies, fruits, nuts, seafood. Also, we can get some honey, some dairy products. You want to have your milk. Of course, you want to drink water and eggs. That has a lot of calcium in there. So food that contains sugars can contribute to tooth decay. Common sources of sugar come from soda, candy, cookies, and other desserts food. Without the proper nutrients in your diet, the tissues in your mouth are less resistant to infection. This may contribute to gum disease. For healthy teeth and a healthy life, think before you eat and drink. Drink plenty of water and eat a balanced diet. So it's very important what you are eating. And also, like we are talking about soda or pop, you have to make sure that it's better to drink water, because despite that any of the drinks may be, oh, I will take the light version or the zero version of the soda, also the acid that is put in there to get the sparkling on the soda, that acid will get into your teeth and become on a cavity. So you want to stay away of those, as the same as the energy drinks. And sometimes you have teenagers doing sports, or even us as an adults going and doing some sports. You say, okay, I will drink this to get all the energy back, but also it has plenty of sugar. So especially liquid and sugary, those will get and sit in between your teeth, getting some decay in there. So we have to stay away of that. Next slide, please. Well, here is some of the kind of a chart that you can compare what is bad and what is good. So of course, candy, mints, sugar drinks, sport drinks, as I mentioned it, sticky food, like a Starbucks, Jolly Ranchers, lollipops, those are not friendly for your teeth. We want to stay changed for a fruit snack instead. You can eat nuts, and water, milk, or yogurt and cheese might be another options. Next. So let's get here some more tips about how to brush your teeth. I'm ready here to give you some tips and demonstrations. So for the American Dental Association, it recommends brushing your teeth for the least 2 minutes, twice a day. Try listening to a short song or set up a timer to make sure are you going through brushing your teeth. So 2 minutes, 2 times a day. Next. We have to make it fun. So you can play your favorite song and then you can brush your teeth. So what would you like to look when you're going to the store and you want to buy a toothbrush? Sometimes, people will like to go and get the biggest toothbrush because you think it will get all the way around your teeth. But no, you want to get one that has a small head. And also there, like in slide shows, the soft and the hard brush. So you want to make sure you get a soft toothbrush so it doesn't damage your enamel. Sometimes you can think about a hard toothbrush because it's going to get all the stuff that you don't want in there. But no, that will get on your enamel, and sometimes your gums can go up and get some recession. So you want to get some of the soft toothbrushes with a small head so it can go through those spaces. Next. I see one of the questions, it pop out. Let me read it. So it says, what about drinking fruit flavored sparkling water? Is there acid in the water that destroys the enamel? So I will recommend, if it gets the sparkling there, I'm sure it may have some acid. So another good tip to do is to see the ingredients that has. So if you see that there is some acid, phosphoric acid or something in there, just make sure to stay away of that. And then to change your toothbrush every 3 months, or not share any toothbrushes at home. So make sure every member of the family will get a different color of toothbrush. So you can do it, like every season, get a toothbrush if that works. Or, oh, I go to my dentist in January. Of course, that's when you change your toothbrush. And then in April, like every quarter. That's another good idea. Next.
Doctor?
Yeah, I'm seeing the other question there. That's a very good question. Does using a straw help protect your teeth when drinking sparkling drinks with acid? That's a tricky one because you're still getting some of that drink in your mouth. Maybe you are lowering that, but you want to stay away of that.
Dr. L, there's one more question.
Okay, let me see. Oh, about the popcorn. Well, popcorn is very good, right? Just make sure you stay away of those popcorns. That might break some of your teeth if you get one of those hard ones. So when the other one is, make sure you get some floss. That's very important. So, and sometimes there is like a little Y and you can go tooth by tooth. So flossing allows you to reach the food and bacteria that stacks between your teeth. And cleaning between your teeth, flossing can help prevent cavities or gum disease. So the gum disease is like sometimes you just see your teeth very nice on top of the gums, just like this guy I have here. I'm sure you can see right there. So that you want to make sure that your gum goes right on top of your tooth. But sometimes these gums start receding because there is some calculus or plaque that stays right there. So when it happens, that plaque that you don't remove when you go to the dentist, that plaque will get the bone to go lower. So you can see that on this slide. So you see the normal tooth, how nice is the epithelium from the gums and the enamel. And then on the other tooth on the right, you can see how that inflammation, it gets in there and then you get what it's called the pockets. So you want to stay away of the periodontitis, and that's totally preventable. Just make sure you visit your dentist every 6 months. If you have any disease like hypertension or diabetes, you will like to go, you might need to go more often. But of course, after the consultation, the doctor will determine why do you need. Next slide, please. Oh, okay, my teeth are tight and dental floss is hard to use. Sometimes it may be, maybe it's just naturally your teeth are very crowded. That can be hard to do it. And sometimes you might have some defective restorations. So sometimes buying a wax floss, it will slide easier in between the teeth. But if not, you will like to get it checked with your dentist. So here are some of the brushing techniques, the most popular and efficient. So you want to make sure, like when you're placing your toothbrush, you want to go over 45 degrees down to your gum line. And then you want to do a small circles around your gum. And then a little trick, sometimes you want to open the mouth really wide, and that prevents your toothbrush to get in this area. So if you just open a little bit, you can go all the way in the back with the toothbrush. So 45 degrees and a small circles all around. And of course, you want to make sure you do all sides on the chewing part, on the inside and the outside. So this is another trick. A lot of people gets a lot of plaque right here on the bottom teeth. And that's why you have a gland here that squirts all the saliva. And the saliva, if you didn't brush your teeth properly, that plaque, the saliva will make it hard. So you want to make sure you can put your tooth like horizontal, like vertical, and just brush tooth by tooth in there. And then make sure you put that tongue out of the place and you can brush inside. And then, so brushing the inside and outside of your teeth and using the same position and motion in one step. Next slide. And then, of course, you want to make sure you brush your tongue. There are some tools that they are in any grocery or pharmacy you can find. But also, if you don't have it, just use your toothbrush. Make sure you stick out your tongue all the way out and make sure you get your toothbrush in there. Next slide, please.
Dr. Al, we've got another question.
Okay, I like questions. So here it says, should we use mouthwash? And if so, what is the best kind? Okay, so yeah, there's a lot of mouthwashes, and I think it depends on the needs of each patient. So the one I recommend, the one I use at home, is the one that contains fluoride. Because why? Fluoride will make my teeth stronger. And if I don't know, I was one day in a barbecue and I was, okay, let me just have a treat. I will have a soda. So you want to make sure you are remineralizing those teeth. And then there is another toothbrush that it has like alcohol, and you say, oh, this really refreshed my breath, and I will use it. But sometimes the one that it has alcohol, it will be too dry. So for example, if you are a person who is taking any medicines for diabetes, for blood pressure, or diuretics that you have to use for different reasons, or some depression medicine also, that will make your mouth very, very dry. And if on top of that, you're using a mouthwash with alcohol, it will make it more dry. And if your mouth is very dry, then you're more prone to decay. So you want to make sure you have some fluoride on those mouthwashes and avoid the ones with the alcohol. That will be my recommendation. Should you use only soft toothbrushes and not firm ones? I prefer the firm. And I know the difference about using a firm toothbrush versus a soft toothbrush. And the firm, it really feels like you're taking all the plaque from your teeth. But that really brushes too much over the enamel. And we want to be cautious and conservative because we want to keep the enamel. Like, you're still young, you might be in your 60s, late 50s, but we have a long life here, so we want to keep our teeth as much as we can. So here is the other one about the flossing techniques. I know sometimes people might have some, like some arthritis or some problem with your hand, and there's this like Y shape with a little floss, and those can go in there. And then the other technique is just you grab both of your middle fingers in rows and with the index, and you just go tooth by tooth, but you don't want to go like this and just brush it. So you want to go just tooth by tooth, and you want to do it, I don't know if you can see it on there, but you want to kind of hack each tooth and go do it like in a C shape, like going all the way inside and just very gentle and go. You don't want to use this motion like you go like this and it seems that you're sawing a piece of wood. So you want to be very gentle and just go and between the tooth and kind of hack the tooth and just remove it. And also if you have a bridge, you have to make sure to use the super floss. They have like a little a stick that it can go underneath the bridge. And that's very important because you want to make sure those bridges, all the teeth inside, you're removing all the plaque so there is no decay forming underneath. And especially if it has had a root canal, it wouldn't hurt, but the decay can still be formed underneath. Next. So also the other trick is like sometimes all the way in the last tooth, you want to do it all the way down, just like you're seeing on the picture, and hug your tooth and then just remove it. Next one, please. Okay, so any questions or comments, or if anyone wants to put up more questions in the chat, I'm happy to answer them. Okay, should I share the phone number from our dental clinic? I can get, just open here. So we are in Temple Hill, Maryland. The address is 5859 Allen Way, and in Temple Hill, Maryland. And the phone number, just lost here, I had my brochure open, so I can give you the phone number. So our phone number for our Temple Hill, Maryland is 301-615-0940. 301-615-0940. And we're open there Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. And we do everything in dentistry. We do dentures, we do root canals, we do extractions. We see pediatric patients, we see adults. And we're here to help you to make sure you have a smiley face, a healthy smile. If there's salary cap limit to come, yes, we do have, in our clinic, we do, for the seniors, you can come as long as you live in Prince George's County, and we will require that information. So you have to bring an ID, address, a proof of address, and your income. And they will review that, and depending on the information you provide to us, they will let you know if you're eligible or not. But we do review those documents before making an appointment. And I can see, what about electric toothbrushes? Electric toothbrushes are wonderful. Studies have shown there is no, of course, having a toothbrush, it will make the job for you. It's almost like having the toothbrushes like in the office, the same as the water picks. That makes life easier. If you don't have the money, you cannot get it. Using in a very good way a manual toothbrush, you should be okay. I don't think there is a tip not to grind your teeth at night, but what it has helped with me, I will get just like a regular pencil, and I will, let's pretend this is your mouth. So you can get a pencil 5 minutes before you go to bed, and you bite on it, and you let your jaw rest on that pencil. You don't need to bite very tight, just put it in there. And when you're creating this space in here, the articulation is out here. It's also creating a rest in there. So you can do that for 5 minutes. That will help with that pain on your jaw. And also you can, you go to your dentist, they can do a custom night guard. And there is some night guards that you can buy it over the counter. It's a piece of plastic, and most of them is like put it in water, and then you cut it and give it the shape of your mouth. And return check is deposited. So what form or income proof? You can bring the account, like you can bring like a statement of your bank with the check information. That should work. Baking soda is like grandma's recipe. Sometimes, most of the time it works. It is not harmful, but you can use toothpaste.
There are two other questions, Dr. L. One is, are lemons and other citrus fruits bad for tooth enamel?
I will say if you're eating it within a meal, you should be fine. But if you're going to be sucking on half a lemon all the time, of course, that will get into your teeth. But if you are, you are having breakfast, a part of your breakfast is having an orange, you are fine. If you are having your dinner and you want to drink some water with lime, you're okay. But if you're going to be kind of people, sometimes they cut the lime and they just suck at it, that of course it will hurt your teeth.
The other question was, there are all kinds of toothpaste out there. What do we need to look for in a toothpaste?
Okay, you want to look that you have 1 million fluoride in the ingredients. As long as it has fluoride, that's great. I know now there is a lot of like, okay, this is for the gums, this is for get your teeth whitening. But what happens with the toothpaste that it says whitening, sometimes it can be very sensitive to your teeth. The other day I got some, they were showing me some new toothpaste that it has whitening in it, and I started using it, and my teeth got very, very sensitive. So you have to be careful with it. But any toothpaste that it contains fluoride in it, go for it. And you want to look for the ADA seal on it, that it's approved by the American Dental Association. Yes, it is okay to rinse with peroxide. Actually, this is part of what we do in most of the clinics now when the patient comes with a peroxide. But there's other mouthwashes that are more appropriate to use. Like if you don't have anything at home and you use peroxide, that's fine, but you don't want to do it in a regular basis. Also, there is a question about what type of insurance do you need? We do at Catholic Charities Dental Clinics, we do not participate with any insurance at this time. We're looking and considering maybe take some in the future, but right now we are not taking any insurance. Actually, to be our patients, you don't need to require insurance, and or uninsured also we can take. Like some insurance will, like Medicare, we will take only like cleanings and recalls appointments, but not for the crown or denture. We can do that. But of course, we do this eligibility process. So you have to bring a photo ID, proof of address, and your income, or if you're retired, the Social Security letter or what you have. And I think there is another one.
Yes.
There are missing. I got all the questions, right, Kate, or do I?
We've got all the questions. We have 2 participants that have raised their hands. So Gwenella, I'm going to allow you to talk. How about Christine? Did you want to ask a question? I think that's it, Dr. L.
Thank you very much for having. It's wonderful to be there out in the community. And I know Yolanda will share the brochures with you. So if you have any questions or comments, you can give us a call, and I will put the phone in the chat as well. Thank you. Have a good night.
All right. Thanks again, Dr. Lambruschini. I hope we can all commit to making one small change this month to boost our oral health. Now we're going to meet our chef for tonight, Chef Kim, for the live cooking demonstration. We're going to spotlight both Chef and her prep table so you can see what is going on throughout the demonstration. And don't forget, we will be taking questions throughout. So please use the chat box to type a cooking question for Chef Kim and a nutrition question for Sherma. We hope you're able to join us through the end of the demonstration, but if you must log off before 7:30, a link to our evaluation will pop up. We ask that you take just a few moments to complete it tonight so we can better serve you in future Dine, Learn, and Move sessions. Your feedback is so important to us, and it impacts our ability to continue bringing you this program virtually. So with that, we're going to hand it over to Chef Kim. Could you please take a moment to introduce yourself to the group?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. My name is Chef Kim. I have over 15 years of experience in food and hospitality, and I'm so excited to share with you this easy, quick, and healthy meal, guys. Are you ready to get started? Okay, perfect. Couple things. We're gonna go over the ingredients, the equipment, and everything else, guys. If you have any other questions, please feel free to put them in the chat, and they're gonna ask me along the way. I'm so excited. Let's get started, guys. All right, we're doing pan-seared salmon and lemony barley risotto with asparagus and peas. Ingredients. We're gonna need our 4 pieces of 3 ounces of salmon, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 1 cup of chopped onion here, chopped onion. We're gonna use 1 cup of quick cooking barley, right? But they have different kind. They have pearl, quick cooking. We have 1 pound of asparagus chopped up into 1-inch pieces here. We have 1 cup of peas that were frozen, but now they're thawed out. I have 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, 2 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 1/4 cup of chopped fresh parsley. We got to bring in some fresh herbs, guys. 4 cloves of chopped garlic. Yay, garlic. We have warmed chicken broth, low sodium chicken broth. And we have some salt and pepper to taste, okay? Couple things. You want to make sure you have some measuring spoons, right? Because we want to make sure our measurements are accurate. Some measuring cups here. A nice spoon so that we can make our risotto, right? I have a nice big old pan that's going to suit me for my risotto. A nice clean chopping board. It's so important to have a board that is clean, white preferably, right? When you're dealing with fresh herbs and spices, you want to use a clean white board. A knife, sharp knife. This is a chef knife. And most importantly, clean hands and gloves, guys. Let's get started. I'm so excited. First things first, I'm going to turn my pan on to medium heat. And then we're going to measure out our extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of the olive oil. Let's just measure that here. Right? Olive oil is a good fat for us. Right? There are other oils that you can use, but I love using extra virgin olive oil. We're gonna let this warm up a bit. And let's talk about barley, guys. Barley is so rich in fiber. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but I love cooking with it all the time. It's rich in fiber. It can lower your blood glucose levels if you're diabetic. It can help you feel fuller longer. A lot of people use it for weight loss, and it's very hearty. It's a very hearty, great grain, and I love it to death. It also has calcium. It's a friend for our teeth, right? It builds bone and provides structural support, helps build, fight off erosion and cavities, calcium, which plays into oral health and why it's important. Okay, first thing is our chopped onions here. We're gonna toss this into our pan. And the thing with the chopped onions, guys, we're not looking to brown the onions, we're looking to sweat them out or make them become translucent, right? We don't want to brown them. If they start to brown, turn your pan down.
Chef Kim?
Yes.
We've got a question. Okay,
great.
All right, the question is, why is it important to use a white cutting board? Most boards are made of wood or a hard plastic material.
Great question. Actually, you want to have several boards. I wouldn't necessarily prefer a wooden cutting board. I would prefer different color cutting boards. White is normally for cooked foods or for chopping up veggies or fresh fruit or fresh herbs, right? A red cutting board is for raw meat, okay? So you want to have 2 types of cutting boards so that you're not cross-contaminating. Some foods get left on cutting boards, especially a wooden cutting board, guys. So you want to make sure you have 2 cutting boards, a white one and a red one for raw meat. Okay, great question, guys. Okay, I'm sweating out my onions. I love onions. I can eat them raw, cooked, smothered, right? But today we're going to use them in our healthy risotto, okay? Now that they're sweat translucent, we're going to add our garlic. 4 cloves of garlic. Garlic is very beneficial. It lowers cholesterol. It's good for gut health, right? I'm going to show you how to cut. If you can turn to my chef's table, I have 2 garlic cloves here. I'm just going to show you an easy way. This is a peeled garlic clove. I'm going to show you an easy way. Take the flat part of my knife, and I'm just going to hit it, right? That breaks up the clove. Hit it, and then you're going to take your knife and run across your garlic clove. And then you have an easy peasy minced garlic without doing all the work, okay? So in my pan is 4 garlic cloves and onions, 1 cup of onions that we're sauteing together. Barley. We're gonna add the barley and we're gonna let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, guys. Typically in a risotto, you use arborio rice. But here we're using a healthy grain, a grain that, you know, has a bunch of fiber, lowers cholesterol, can help with weight loss, can help with blood glucose levels, right, for diabetics, and has calcium, right? Always use a wooden spoon when I'm making risotto and I'm stirring up rice or pasta. This is like my grandmama's spoon, so it holds a sentimental value. So we have olive oil in the pan, which is good for you. We have onions, 1 cup of chopped onions, 4 garlic cloves, good for gut health, right? And barley also helps you make you feel fuller, right? So you're not overeating as I do. Okay. You want to make sure your pan stays on medium heat. And then what we'll do is we're going to take low sodium chicken broth and we're going to ladle it in 1 cup at a time, right? You might not use 2 cups of sodium, a low sodium chicken broth, but we're going to ladle it in until it becomes done, guys. And this is hot chicken broth. It has to be hot. Any questions so far?
Yes, Chef Kim. Do you say you used a quick cook barley?
I'm sorry, say that one more time.
They want to know if you used a quick cook barley.
I actually did, and I can show you the box. This is a quick cooking barley, guys. You can find it in your regular grocery store, but they also have pearl barley, right? Pearl barley is going to take you 30 to 40 minutes, right? This is going to take us shorter amount of time and still packed with a lot of nutrients that's good for our body and good for our mouth, right?
You were also complimented on your great knife skills.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. It's a lot of practice, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with your knife skills. And what I'm doing, guys, is I've ladled in low sodium chicken broth, 1 cup at a time, and I'm letting the liquid absorb, right? This helps create the starch release from the barley, helps it cook a little quicker. And the hot broth helps it cook a little quicker, right? And the reason why we're using low sodium is because it's better for you. right? It adds flavor with not as much sodium. So if you're always in the store and you see low sodium versus regular chicken broth, guys, pick the low sodium. And the difference between stock and chicken broth, you know how sometimes you see, oh, stock, chicken stock, beef broth, beef stock. You want to know what the difference is? One is cooked with bones. The broth is not. The stock is cooked with bones, vegetables, and that has more depth of flavor. Chicken broth is not cooked with any bones or any type of broth, right? So that's a great tip. When you're going to the store and you have chicken broth and you see chicken stock, you can definitely use it. I'm gonna ladle in about a half a cup of sodium, low sodium chicken broth. Back into my pot here. We're gonna take that spoon, guys, and we're going to stir it around. We're gonna let that liquid absorb a little bit more. Typically in a risotto, you have butter, you have lots of cheese, and this packs a great punch with fresh herbs, fresh lemon juice, which the dentist said that we can use as long as it's in food, right? And then we have some lemon zest that we're adding for extra flavor with no calorie, right? Asparagus, which has vitamin K, vitamin E, vitamin C, vitamin A. And vitamin K, guys, helps with bone health, which helps your mouth, right? All of these things are good for your teeth. Asparagus, I love asparagus. You know why? Again, you can use it for weight loss, but it's also a diuretic. It helps release a lot of fluids from your body. It's an antioxidant, contains a lot of fiber. We love fiber. And it also has calcium.
We have another question, Chef Kim. We've got another question.
Okay, I'm listening.
All righty. Could you use vegetable broth instead?
You can definitely use vegetable broth. These are really great questions, guys. Keep bringing the questions on. You can switch it out. You can use vegetable broth. You do not have to use chicken broth. Great question, guys. Okay, midway through my barley, I'm gonna season my salmon. These are 3-ounce pieces of salmon. I've actually weighed them to make sure that they're 3 ounces. And a good rule of thumb is the palm of your hand should be the size of your protein. Everybody's hand size is different, right? But the size of your palm should be the size of your protein. Okay? So we're gonna season our salmon real quick with just salt and pepper. And we're gonna put it in the oven on 400 for about 12 minutes. It depends on your oven, 12 to 15. So this is a little bit of ground pepper. And I'm using pink Himalayan salt, which packs a lot of minerals that are also great for your body, guys. I put it on the sheet pan here. I've sprayed it with cooking spray first. And then I've just used salt and pepper on my salmon. You can add things like granulated garlic because that doesn't have sodium. You can add smoked paprika, guys, one of my favorite condiments, seasonings, because it builds a lot of flavor with no calories, okay? Pop this in the oven, set your timer for 12 minutes, check it. If it's not done, put it back for another 3. Okay. I'm gonna add another little ladle of my chicken broth. And it looks like Once I ladle in a half a cup, right, of the chicken broth, I can begin to build on my flavors, right? We said the asparagus is an antioxidant. We're gonna throw that in there. These are 1-inch pieces, right? We're gonna dump all of that in here. We're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of our lemon juice, right? Because our dentist said that we can use it in our food as long as we're not sucking on a lemon. Lemon zest. How much lemon zest? 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. Lemon zest adds a lot of flavor without any calories. And basically what you're doing with the lemon zest is you're using a microplane, which is a device that I can show you, and you're taking off the yellow layer of your lemon, right? Because that lemon flavor is in the rind, right? Because that adds a lot of flavor without a lot of calories. All right, this is what a microplane looks like, guys. A great tool, kitchen tool to have. I love it. And you just go just like this. And it'll come off, okay? I'm gonna stir this up a little bit. So let's do a recap. What have we done so far? We've added in 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, which is good for your body. 1 cup of chopped white onion, 4 garlic cloves, and 1 cup of quick cooking barley. Did you know you can freeze barley? Once you cook it, you can freeze it. Put it in a Ziploc bag, take the air out, and you can freeze it for up to 1 month, guys. So if you don't like the quick cooking barley, you can get the regular pearl barley, cook it for 30 to 40 minutes, and pop it in the freezer. You always have a healthy grain on a day you don't want to cook. You just pop it in the microwave. Okay, guys, so let's build on our flavors. We have peas. Peas have vitamin C, vitamin E, zinc, great for immunity. 1 cup of frozen peas. I just let them thaw out. I'm gonna add these as well. Now this is grated Parmesan cheese, right? And the reason why you want to use grated Parmesan cheese, which has calcium, great for your teeth, is you want it to be able to provide a creamy consistency in your risotto, right? Grated Parmesan is going to give you that consistency. If you use shredded Parmesan cheese, it won't break up and it'll be a little stringy. So grated Parmesan cheese, this is 1/4 of a cup. It's already measured, guys. You want to go ahead and add that in. 1/4 a cup. This is going to create our creaminess, right? We have fresh parsley. Parsley is great for you. You want to know why? It reduces blood pressure. It's good for your kidneys. It has vitamin A, C, and K. K, remember K? It's good for your bones. This is 1/4 a cup of fresh chopped parsley. And I'm going to show you how I chop up my parsley. I like to do a lot of demos, right? You can use dried parsley. That's an option. But this is a season where you have a lot of fresh herbs that are growing because it's springtime, and you can buy parsley for under $1, guys. Like I said, it's great for your kidneys, great for blood pressure, has vitamin A, C, and K helps with bone health, okay? Let me just show you. First of all, you want to make sure you rinse all of your fresh herbs. How can you store fresh herbs? You rinse it, right? When you bring it in from the grocery store, you rinse it. And then you want to wrap it in a wet paper towel and place it in a freezer bag. And it will save you at least another week or so. But you have to make sure you wash it, always wash it, wrap it in a paper towel and put it in a Ziploc bag. Okay, so this has already been washed. I'm just going to pull off what I need. I'm going to show you, do a little demo. You just take it, ball it all together here like this, right? This is flat leaf parsley, so there's two types. There's a curly, and then there's a flat leaf Italian parsley. That's what this is. You can use either one. You want to add as much fresh herbs to a dish as you can. It builds flavor, doesn't add calories, and they're good for you. They're from the motherland. Okay? Make sure your herbs are nice and dry. But there you have chopped parsley. Do I recommend that you chop it all at one time? No. Just pick off whatever you need, store the rest in your wet paper towel and place it in the refrigerator in a freezer bag, and it will save you guys. Okay? So I'm gonna add a little bit of ground pepper because I always add pepper to mine. I like a little bit of kick. If you want at this time, you can add, I would say try it, right? Here's some spoons, try it to see what it tastes like, right? That goes in the dirty pile. Doesn't need salt, doesn't need a little crushed red pepper. That's what I like. I'm gonna give it a stir. I don't know if you can see this, guys, but this looks amazing. Peas are in season, asparagus are in season, so they're low in cost. Barley is cheap to buy. Grated Parmesan cheese you use sparingly, right? And then you have your onions, your garlic, salt and pepper, lemon juice, lemon zest, and we are good to go. How about that? So salmon, let's check on our salmon, guys. Salmon is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which is good for your health, right? It reduces inflammation, lowers blood pressure, decreases risk factors for disease, right? It has vitamins B3, B6, B12, vitamin D, vitamin E, right? But let's go back to vitamin D. Vitamin D is like calcium's best friend, right? Because they both support bone health, which relates back to oral health, right? That's what we want. Here is my roasted salmon, which we put pink Himalayan salt and pepper. That's it. I'm going to show you how to plate this up. This is supposed to be a half a cup, so I'm going to get my measuring cup, right? Because we have to be clear on our serving sizes if we're watching our carbs, right? So I'm going to measure this out, right? And I always make sure I measure my stuff. I want all my stuff. So this has our veggies, our fiber, our calcium, our vitamin K, which helps support bone health, guys. We're going to take our salmon piece. Excuse me. And there you have it.
That is beautiful.
Is our barley risotto with peas and asparagus with roasted salmon, guys. Look how easy that was to make. Super simple, super easy, and super healthy. And most importantly, great for your teeth. Let me try it. Guys, this right here is good. You can taste the lemon juice, the zest, the peas pop, the crunchiness of the asparagus, and the flaky, tender salmon. That is really good.
We've got some questions, Chef.
Awesome.
All right. Well, first of all, nice comment. Simple and easy. I will try this weekend and surprise my family.
Awesome. You will love it. Let us know how you enjoyed the dish. We would love to hear back from you.
Now we have two questions. First question is, can you make this dish with quinoa instead of barley?
Quinoa.
Quinoa.
Quinoa. You can definitely make it with quinoa. Quinoa is high in protein and high in fiber. And it also supports weight loss. I love quinoa. You can definitely try it with quinoa.
And the next question is, what's better to cook with, pink Himalaya salt or sea salt?
It depends, guys. So it depends on your dish. I like to go in between pink Himalayan salt and kosher salt, right? Pink Himalayan salt I'm using today because it provides a lot more minerals that kosher salt does not, right? But there's all different types of salt out there, right? You have flaky salt, you have smoked salt, you have table salt, Himalayan salt. So it all depends on your dish. Pink Himalayan salt is great for you.
Another question is, can you use frozen asparagus?
Absolutely.
Great. And what temperature did you cook the salmon at?
400-degree oven. And it depends on your oven, guys, but you want to range it between 12 and 15 minutes.
Great. And we have someone else that is getting ready to try the recipe this weekend.
Awesome. Yay.
And just for all the participants that are in the session, you'll receive a copy of the recipe again with our follow-up email. And your question here says, what are your views in regards to farm-raised salmon? Much lower price than wild caught, but...
Right. So wild salmon. So there's been a couple things between wild salmon and farm-raised salmon. Normally, well, I'm going to say some time ago, farm-raised salmon were all crowded in one big bin. They couldn't breathe. They couldn't really, they were more fattier than a wild salmon. Wild salmon is free. It's much leaner. It's better for you. However, depending on my budget, sometimes I do farm raised and it's okay. It's still going to have the vitamins and nutrients, guys. And you can kind of switch in and out, but it's going to be farm raised is a little more fattier than wild salmon. The way I like to cook wild salmon, I like to wrap it in foil with some veggies, salt and pepper, and pop it in the oven. Roll it up in foil. That creates a steam, which makes that wild salmon very moist, right? Because if it's open, it's going to dry out very quickly. But if you cover it up like in parchment paper or foil, it will help create that moisture. Are there any more questions out there, guys?
Yes. You did a lot of stirring. Is it okay to just cover the skillet and let the dish cook?
Not when you're making risotto, stirring is essential, right? And that's what we did today. We made a barley risotto. So if you cover it too soon, it may become mushy. We don't want it to become mushy. We want to be able to have it edible, have the vegetables still be crunchy, because if you're putting a lid on top, you're going to cook it very fast. And it's a possibility that you can overcook your salmon, your asparagus and your barley. We don't want that. We still want it to have the crunch. We still want the peas to have the pop, right? Because that's creating texture and balance. Any other questions, guys?
Just going to give you a final compliment here. Wow, good tips and education. I'm inspired.
Oh, awesome. I'm happy to hear that. Woo! That means I've done my part. Great, great, great. I hope you guys learned a lot about oral health this evening, especially when it comes to vitamin K, calcium, vitamin D, right? Salmon, how it's healthy for us, right? I hope you use this recipe. And like I said, keep us posted. Let us know if you enjoyed the recipe, guys. We'd love to hear back.
Thank you, Chef. Sherman, do you have any nutrition tips to add tonight?
Oh, this was excellent. Great tips and great ideas. Just want to add a little tidbits that with vitamin K, for those people who are using any form of blood thinner, be careful, because the vitamin K will interfere with the medication that you're using. So we want to make sure that people get that. If you're using any blood thinner, make sure you watch that. And great ideas with the barley. Is high in fiber, and a good way of looking at it is it's also high in carbohydrates. So if you're a diabetic, you still have to go by the portions. So a half a cup is about, it's about right. Half a cup of barley gives you 32 grams of carbs. Most people need at least 40 to 50 grams of carbs per meal. One of the things, and Chef could look at the back, and she did show you the quick cooking barley. Look at the label and see how many grams of carbs, and look at the fiber content. One of the things that we recommend is that if it's 5 or more grams of fiber, you can subtract that 5 grams of fiber from the total carb, and it will give you a net carb. So if that barley says 40 grams of carbs and the fiber is 5, you are actually getting a net carbs of 35, which is great because we want to increase the fiber. So excellent ideas. As far as the salmon goes, wild salmon is always better, as the chef said, because it's out in the open. The salmon is free, and we get all the minerals from the ocean. Where farm-raised salmon, it is more controlled. And what we see is that we are able to put more into it. So farm-raised salmon is higher in fat, higher in calories. One thing they add is vitamin C, which is something different. So they add more vitamin C to the farm-raised salmon. But be mindful of it. It's a little bit higher in calories and higher in fat. Excellent ideas and questions. Thank you.
Yes, it was.
Okay, well, thank you both. This was so great. My mouth is watering. I'm sure everyone else is.
No.
I love peas, so I'm going to go ahead and make this weekend as well. And thank you for making all of those connections to the importance of oral health. And of course, serving size, always important. And so tonight was great. Thank you for joining us for our April Dine, Learn, and Move session. Thank you for interacting with us right from the start with our fitness all the way through the end. And as we wrap up, please make sure to complete the evaluation. A link is going to pop up as soon as the session is ended, or if you hit the leave button. So this survey is anonymous, but you do have the option of leaving your name and email at the end. And next month, we will select a winner from those who have completed the evaluation as a token of our appreciation. So if we go right to the next slide, we're going to celebrate a participant from the March Dine, Learn, and Move who completed their evaluation. And this month, our partner, Parks and Rec, has generously donated a $25 Amazon gift card. And with that, the winner will be able to purchase something healthy to keep them, motivated in the kitchen, or maybe moving a little bit more with their family. So, all right. Thanks for spinning that, Yolanda. And it looks like our winner is Alana Gale. Congratulations, Alana. Thank you for taking the time to complete our evaluation, and we will follow up with you to make sure we have your email again and get your gift to you. So, one more quick notice is in the next few days, each of you tonight will receive an email with a link to tonight's fitness demo, another copy of the recipe, and all of the other resources we saw tonight. So we have Dr. Lambruscini's slides and the contact information to her dental clinic. So we hope you use these resources to help support your wellness through the month, and we'll see you back again in May. Thank you and good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody. Great job. We'll talk to you later.
Oh gosh, I'm hungry.
Yes. No food. That's not nice.
No, I am hungry. This is dinner time for me.
Yes.
All right. All right. Good night,
everyone.
Good night,
That was a
all.
great,
Okay, good night.
very nice.